I can't speak for everyone, but there are several reasons why I don't practice Lent. For one, it's too associated with the Roman Catholic Church. While it's an old tradition that predates Roman Catholicism, it has changed a lot in its current form because of the Catholic Church. And while I would never avoid biblical practices just because people I disagree with practice them, Lent and Ash Wednesday are never commanded or even mentioned in the Bible. Second, the symbols aren't accurate. The black cross they draw on their forehead draws more attention than represents humility. Jesus tells us when we fast, we do it for God and not to be seen by men. Also, we're not meant to abstain from the sacrifice of Jesus Christ out of respect, we're meant to partake of it. So when they stop eating meat out of respect for what Jesus Christ did, it doesn't follow what Jesus Christ told them to do by partaking of the bread and the wine, symbolic of his body and his blood. Also during Lent, special attention is given to Friday, out of respect for the day that Jesus died. But he didn't die on Friday. Fasting. The Bible doesn't have precise rules on fasting, but it's clear that it deals in the abstaining from food and drink to humble yourself, not choosing for ourselves what we want to get rid of and hoping that it honors God. Third, it shifts our focus away from what God asks. There are so many things that God actively asks us to do that we don't practice. Why then, when we leave so much of his commandments undone, do we find it so important to add things to it? We create this vacuum by ignoring God's commands and then try to fill it again with the ways we would like to worship him, rather than what God asks of us. This was the problem with ancient Israel. They would proclaim fasts for themselves that God hadn't asked for, and then believe themselves to be righteous. But God's hope for them was that through obedience to his commands, they would learn greater truths like justice and mercy, rather than feel justified in the actions themselves.